Show Land, and welcome to another episode of the G Show Podcast. I am G1, and this is the Godzilla Block Party. Now, yes, we did take a hiatus. We were off for a week. A week. And it mainly was for me to lick my wounds because Legendary played all of us. I had the perfect plan, the most genius plan. The plan that would have worked, went into effect and made everybody in this G community happier. And that was to pimp out Godzilla vs. Kong, give us a date, a teaser trailer, tell us it was coming this month in May. But alas, no, it was not meant to be. They did no such thing. The Godzilla King of the Monsters watch party came, it happened, and then it went with nay nor sign of a GVK teaser, and I was upset, and yes, I stayed home in my room pouting. Well, I stayed home. I wasn't really pouting. I stayed home because, we're still on lockdown quarantine. But anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Welcome back to the Godzilla Block Party. Joining me, as always, is my right hand when it comes to Godzilla on the G Show, my brother Chase, a.k.a. Megzy, a.k.a. G73. What's going on, bro?
Oh, man, just another one of those days, Quarantine life, it's the way it be.
Quarantine life is the way it... Oh, my God. If y'all haven't gone stir crazy yet, congratulations. Hopefully we make it through without going stir crazy. But if you have, welcome to the club. So like I said, man, I was, you know me, bro. I was like promoting hard, advocating hard for this Godzilla vs. Kong trailer to be dropped. Advocating hard for the VOD treatment, the rent now, because cinemas might be still closed come November shit. I was in it hard for it. I wanted it to happen. I was trying to will it into existence. Please, movie gods, anybody out there listening, for all the stuff that's going on in the world right now, could you just bring some G fans this moment of happiness, pretty please? But nope, didn't happen. Very upset about that. Can't be that mad though, because we haven't had word of it being canceled. So that still good. We're still on track for a November release. Technically, if there was no pandemic going on right now, we probably wouldn't have gotten a trailer anyway until Comic-Con, which would be in about a month, but that's canceled. So maybe, fingers crossed, hopefully there's news of a trailer come around that time. Maybe Chase has something later on in store for us. But before we get down to the nitty-gritty, first things first, want to wish a happy birthday to Ishiro Honda, who is the dad of Godzilla, the director of the 54 Godzilla, as well as a whole bunch of other classic kaiju movies from Toho, Rodan being one of my all-time favorites, War of the Gargantuas, the list goes on and on and on, but definitely happy birthday, Ishiro Honda. His birthday was yesterday, May 7th. We are recording this Friday, May 8th. But yeah, I would be remiss if we did not mention, the godfather of Godzilla, Ishiro Honda.
We didn't mention Godzilla himself.
No.
Happy birthday, Ishiro Honda. Thank you for the legacy you have given us. And we wish you were still here to make more.
Yeah. Man was a visionary. He had a knack and he had a talent. And honestly, before I even knew anything about directors and behind the scenes movie magic and all that fun stuff, I was just watching monster movies, and for whatever odd reasons, the ones that I fell in love with were directed by him. So my hat goes off to him. I love you. Thank you so much for all that you have given us.
He directed like basically all of the Shala, right?
Not all of them. Most of them. He directed a good handful of them, but and
got to like a certain point, and then it was like once the 70s hit, they got weird, and he was like, "Nah, I'm out."
Yeah, he basically started the whole thing and he ended the whole thing because he started with G54 and he ended with Terror of Mechagodzilla, which again another one of my all-time favorites. So it was to me perfect symmetry. Perfect.
Okay, so he went on a little hiatus himself for a bit.
Yeah. But yeah. So that's that. Happy birthday to the Godfather of Godzilla. And now for the news, which my brother Chase might have some things we can get into.
We have some fun things to talk about. I'm going to start off. Where should we start off? I want to start off with this really cool thing that dropped last night. And I'm conflicted about it because I love the idea of it, but I'm also kind of confused because it's a children's book. But we're going to start off that Amazon has dropped a leak. Not a leak, but they've listed a book, a children's book. And man, is this title for this book amazing. It is called Godzilla vs. Kong. Sometimes friends fight, but they always make up after.
That's the title of the book?
That is the title.
Jesus Christ.
And let me read you this amazing synopsis of the book.
That's like an anime title, bro.
Oh my god, it is amazing. But anyways, share the beloved Godzilla and Kong characters, or Godzilla and King Kong characters with your family in this engaging board book featuring heartwarming lessons in friendship. Making new friends isn't always easy for kids. That's equally true for two giant monsters, where small misunderstandings can easily blossom into enormous conflicts. Godzilla vs. Kong, Sometimes Friends Fight, but they always make up after, provides tips on how to be a good friend by using these two behemoths to show your young kids how to behave in familiar situations, but on a much larger scale. Featuring adorable artwork, play pop board book impart developmental lessons to kids through characters their parents love to promote a shared family experience in reading together. The author is Carol Herring. She's an author in New Zealand. She loves animals and kids, obviously. The book is slated to come out October 20th. It's going to be $10. But oh my God, that synopsis, that title, the most amazing thing I've ever read. That child book is going to be amazing.
I'm horrified. I can see it now. This is a success. This is a success, and then they're going to announce the young adult book, Godzilla and Mothra, Twilight of the Kaiju. No.
Hey, Godzilla versus Kong. Sometimes they fight but make up afterwards and make breakfast and shit. Hey, I'm a little scared because I feel like they spoiled Godzilla vs. Kong just with that title.
Oh, absolutely. They definitely did. They
fight and make up? I mean, come on. Did she just not give away the plot for GVK?
Oh, my God.
That's actually interesting because I actually wanted to talk about that. I was thinking, but that's a topic for another time or later in the podcast. But I have a theory about how Kong and Godzilla are going to scrap.
We're going to get into that. We'll get into that. This book... You know what? On one hand, the title is just absolutely bonkers. I love it. It's so out there. And again, it feels like an anime title or hell, it feels like a Millennium Godzilla title. Like Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, get it out, Ray. King Ghidorah, giant monsters all out attack. But maybe sometimes they can have fun. Like, it's just, what are they going to do?
It's like a book out of South Park.
Yeah, like they're going to, Kong is over here. This is what friends do. Kong's trying to make a fire. He's rubbing two sticks together. Here comes Godzilla. Hey, Kong, this is how you make a fire. Boom, fire. Godzilla uses atomic breath. Kong is sad. Godzilla
laughs and kicks dirt in his face. That wasn't nice, Godzilla.
Yeah, Mothra comes down. Godzilla, you behave now. Oh, shucks, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Kong.
the Shabojin Godzilla. That was not nice at all. You should apologize.
Dude, when this book comes out, we have to narrate it in those voices.
Oh my god!
Yes.
Yeah, we'll have to do that. We'll have to get the book and do a little
read along. Yes,
it turns reading. Oh my god,
dude, I'm so down for it. We gotta do it. We're doing it. G-Show Land, just be prepared. We're doing it.
You know what? Honestly, as a collector, I'll probably get that book anyways because it just sounds amazing.
I know.
Look,
and here's the deal too, like you know, for your kids or your nieces or your nephews or so, a friend would bring. This is perfect to get the youngings into Godzilla. This is perfect. Like, here's a book, kid. Like, I'll get this for my 5-year-old niece. Here you go, kid. Read it.
I mean, I was around the time when the book company Scholastic would come around to schools and put their book fairs up, and I bet you this book would have been in my school, and I would have gotten it.
Oh, absolutely. Dude, I think I bought a couple of books just because Godzilla was in it. It wasn't a Godzilla book. It was like a book on dinosaurs, but because Godzilla was in it, I bought the book. I remember those days. The 80s were the best.
I think one of the best child Godzilla books there was Who's Afraid of Godzilla?
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite child books. My mom used to read that to me, and then sadly, one day I went outside and read it, left it outside, and then there was a big rain, and then it got turned into a soggy salad.
Man.
So, rip. Rest in peace. But you can buy the book now on Amazon. Not that expensive. It's like, you can find it for like $10. But you know, but and all things aside, I think that's cool. They're doing a kid's book for this. I mean, you don't see that really at all, but I think it's funny out of all of the marketing strategies and products they're doing with merchandise, a child's book. But I understand the message, you know, anti-bullying, but the thing is I don't know too many bullies outside or people that fight in makeup afterwards.
Right. Well, it could be like more like a sibling rivalry type of thing. I mean,
that could be.
And kids are young and impressionable right now. And if this is, if this is coming out in October and Godzilla vs. Kong still comes out in November, this is a very nice way to get the kiddies to want to see this movie. And then have their feelings demolished when Godzilla vs. Kong is like balls to the walls, all out action, very gruesome and visceral, and then, now they're making up because they're friends like in the book.
And Destroyer comes and rips Kong in half on screen.
That would be cool. By the way, that's speculation, people. We have no idea whether or not that's true.
I'm just bullshitting. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's not true. Yeah. As much as I've loved for it, I'm pretty sure it's not true.
You know what I'm looking forward to? I'm looking forward to seeing images from this book. You know, like how are they going to...
And me too, because, I mean, it's full of illustrations.
I mean, because they can't make the monsters look like they do on screen because they're a tad bit menacing.
Yeah, and I'm wondering how they're going to illustrate it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
We'll have to look up some of her other children's books and see, but that still doesn't mean that's how it's going to be. You know, for all we know, they're going to make it like a Shin-Chan type style book.
Oh, please no. I remember when they had the Godzilla book boom back in like the late 90s into the early 2000s. And I guess it was the one you were talking about, because I never had, like, at that point in time, there were no kids around me. I didn't have my kid yet. But I remember there being a book that was for children that, I think Bob Eggleton illustrated. Was that the one, Who's Afraid of Godzilla?
I believe he illustrated Who's Afraid of Godzilla.
And I remember, like, there was some images in there, like Godzilla laying down and Anguirus coming and laying on, like...
Yep.
So, it was still the monsters, but they looked less menacing, but it was like, this is them on vacation, taking a break, This is what they do on the time. And I dug that. I can't see them doing that with the legendary monsters. Like, the legendary versions are, like, hardcore,
Yeah.
So, maybe Chibi looks for the little kids, for the chibi children.
You know, that would make it way more amazing. It's just cartoony too. Like, oh my god.
That title is everything, man. Might have to name this episode just that title. People would be like, "What the? I'm not looking at this." But
just imagine like when they abbreviate it. That's like Godzilla versus Kong, and then something in Morse code.
Right? It's like, and I don't know if but imagine it's something like Bong Hit. That's what the parents need right now. Whoa, dude! Let me read you the story, little guy. Come here. It's about when Godzilla burnt Kong's ass. Good God Almighty! All right, enough of the book. What else we got in news, brother?
All right. Something else is cool. Arts Spirits. They are making little. I believe they're 6-inch figure Godzilla figures, but they're not big. But what's cool about them is they're cheap. They're about $15. And they're figures of Godzilla versus Kong. There's King Ghidorah, Mothra, Rodan, Godzilla, and they're all being priced around $15. And I'm actually pretty excited about that.
Wait, before we go. Godzilla versus Kong or Godzilla King of the Monsters?
King of the Monsters.
Oh, okay, I was making sure. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I didn't see those.
I've been getting those two movies mixed up lately. But anyways, yeah, King of the Monsters figures. They have all of those little action figures. They have Godzilla, Rodan, Mothra, King Ghidorah for about $15, and it's supposed to be coming out as well in October. And I'm excited about that because they're $15. But the one thing is I'm just like in shock that this company, believe it or not, is making a King Ghidorah figure. And NECA has not.
Hey, so these things are. I'm looking at the images now that you sent. These things are static, right? They're not. There's no points of articulation. But
yep. They're the seams are just to be a standstill.
But these things are amazing in the detail and the quality. I'm looking at this Mothra. I'm blown away. Like that's gorgeous, and it's just static. I love this. Dude, I will pay $15 for each one of these things. Look at that Rodan. Good Lord
You can buy the whole set for $90.
Yeah, it'll happen.
But to me, it's like, that's still a steal.
Oh, it is. This Mothra Lava is dope, too. Like, the detail on it is so dope. Like, you're looking at this thing, and it looks better than what we see in the movie, honestly. And, it's the movie, but...
Yeah,
it looks a lot better, but I'm blown away by this King Ghidorah. The detail in this thing is unbelievable,
dude. For $15,
yeah, that's unbelievable. A steal, because I'll make no mistake. Once everything starts opening again, once we get rid of Corona Bean and we start opening up things again, and conventions come rolling around, these things are gonna go for like $45 a pop.
Right.
And trust me, I know this because. And I love it to death, but I got that Sega Godzilla King of the Monsters figure, and I love that figure. But I paid, I think, $35-40 for it. And it probably could have been $25. But I'm not complaining about it, because I absolutely love it. Nice, solid figure, heavy.
Yep.
But it just know, like, if you don't get this direct from the place, if they're not selling these in, like, Walmart or Target... You go to a con to pick this up, you're gonna pay double, maybe triple for these.
Right.
But they're gorgeous.
And you're absolutely right about them being more expensive later because these are Gekizo series, and they will retail for approximately 1,600 yen, and it will be around October 2020. And some more info will be released. And you know how Japanese figures go, they get expensive after like 4 months. So it's you got to get them soon if you want them.
Yeah, these look amazing, man. I'm just like, from Godzilla down to Rodan, the Mothra Lava is really making me like, wow, look at this thing. Yeah. It's dope. That King Ghidorah is
even their burning Godzilla looks so good.
Yeah, it does.
It looks way better than well, I'm not going to say their name, but it's better than other burning Godzilla we got.
I am so down for these things. What's Art Spirits?
Art Spirits.
Art Spirits, man.
Art Spirits Gekizo series.
This is fantastic. And for $90, yeah, this is so worth it. I'm totally down to buy those things.
And here's the thing: you buy that whole set for $90, you have a collector's item right there on your hands, man.
Oh yeah, that's a beautiful.
That's like Princess House Crystal, but Godzilla. I don't know if for those of you that don't know Princess House Crystal, it's it's collectible glass dolls that my mom used to collect, and they're very expensive.
They are very expensive. My grandmother used to get those, but yeah, man. So October, we've got children's books. We've got brand new, super detailed, really good looking figures for $15 a piece. That's a beautiful budget price. So listen, for people out there, you got a little G fan in the family. This is a perfect Christmas gift. You get this, boom, knock it right out, put it under the tree, wrap it up. There you go. Check this out, little G fan. Merry Christmas.
I'm excited to see the boxes, like the box art on those. Like, I'm just excited that this is what I've been wanting for a long time, is like Godzilla figures that are affordable but interesting.
Now, let me ask you, being that these things are static and not posable, to me, that's not a problem. But, would you have liked some type of articulation to move things? Because I know there's a bunch of people that like that, so they can, pose the monsters in their own unique way.
So, here's my thing. When I get figures, I don't keep my stuff in the box, and that's kind of irrelevant. But anyways, the figures that I get, they sit on my shelves anyways. And I don't really touch them. I just have them on my shelves as trophies, literally. So I don't care about articulation. Articulation is cool, but it's it's a plus, but it's not a factor if I don't get a figure or not. If a Godzilla figure doesn't articulate, doesn't mean I'm not going to get it. I base it on can I see it in my room? Can I enjoy having it? Is it something cool that I want? I mean, so articulation does not really teeter me or steer me in any way.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, yeah, I'm with you on that. Articulation is nice for certain things, but again, and I'm no expert on this. I just go by what I hear on this podcast, on the websites, through Messenger, from my friends, my peers, and they say sometimes you just don't know what you're getting. You get sloppy paint jobs, crooked eyes, bad teeth, missing parts. So
yeah.
Or you could just get those Playmates, baby, and get that awesome Shin Godzilla. Woo! I love it.
Yeah, they're gonna make a video where I'm putting them in my microwave.
Oh my god! All right, so
like shin macaroni.
That's terrible. It's terrible.
I know, it's probably gonna taste really plasticky.
So anything else in the news?
All right. Well, speaking of figures and toys, Randy Falk from NECA basically came out on a YouTube interview the other day and said that NECA will be going on a Godzilla figure hiatus for a bit. There are 2 Godzilla figures that have not been unveiled that will be coming out soon, but he has said that it's going to be a while till we come up with more Godzilla figures, most likely in the future. Also, we have no plans for doing anything in the Godzilla vs. Kong line because Playmates has stolen basically the whole license.
Wow.
And so, yeah, there's that. They are going on a hiatus, and he has said, but he said he doesn't. But the problem is how he said it. He almost made it sound like NECA it doesn't know if they will ever make Godzilla figures anymore. Because he said it's cloudy. The future of Godzilla, it's unsure the future of what we're going to do with Godzilla figures. So I don't really know for sure what that means. I know if Andrew is here, he may have more of an opinion, but to me, I really don't care. I do not like NECA's Godzilla figures, and I've made that known in several podcasts. And so I really don't have a problem if NECA doesn't make figures. I think something come along, pick it up. If Playmates can get their stuff together and make actually viable figures, I'm down. But at the moment, Randy's not sure what they're going to be doing with Godzilla figures.
This is kind of a bummer. I'm not a collector like that. I have my Bandai vinyls that I got in at G-Fest a couple years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Jesus, that was coming up on 20 years ago. That's scary. Oh my God. Also, like I do kind of like the NECA stuff. I have 2 NECAs. I like both of them. I didn't take them out. But I do like both of them.
I like NECA when they're good.
Yeah, so and that's just it. Like,
the past NECA figures I've gotten have not been good.
And that's the thing. Like for me, I'm not like, if it looks pretty much what the movie representation, I'm good with it. I've seen some bad stuff. I really have, but I've seen some good stuff too. What I find interesting though is hearing Playmates pretty much has taken the license. Dude, I'm from a time where Playmates I used to love Playmates because I used to get all the Ninja Turtle figures. And it was Playmates. And now NECA is doing the Ninja Turtle shit. So, and they're killing it. They are absolutely killing it in that regard. Like the Ninja Turtle toys, whether it's from the cartoons, from the video games, from to the movies, they are killing it. I just saw something the other day. I think it was yesterday, matter of fact. They're doing like an exclusive bonus figure for the video game line. And it's so crazy because it's just like, it's when the turtles get electrocuted and it's like their bones. So it's nuts. I was like, holy crap, that's going to be a thing? And I want it for no other reason because it's just so nuts. Like, wow, who would have thought they would have done something like that? Now, I'm going off on a tangent here with Ninja Turtles. I'm just saying, I love what NECA's doing there. I would have loved to see what NECA would have done with Godzilla vs. Kong. Now, they didn't do a King Ghidorah, correct?
They did not.
Maybe there is something in Godzilla vs. I mean, we all know, without knowing what it is, but we all know there's got to be something else that, Godzilla and Kong is going to team up and fight against. What it is, we don't know. There's speculation it might be one thing that is a spoiler that was confirmed to be in the film. We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to spoil it. But I find that hard to believe that that's it. You know what I mean? There's got to be something bigger than that. The big bad.
Yeah.
And that's what I fear or feel NECA is like, well, we ain't doing that. We can't touch that, whatever that might be. Whether it is, and again, this is all speculations. I don't go through spoiler boards or nothing. It's all speculation on my part. Whether it be something like Destroyer, which I don't want at all. Something like a new King Ghidorah through Kevin's head at the end of King of the Monsters. Something crazy like that. That's going to involve a crazy amount of detail because it's going to be like the sickest looking thing we see in the Monsterverse.
Right.
So I'm thinking maybe that's why they're like, well, we're done, pretty much. Let Playmates handle it, and they're bad molds.
Now, Randy did say that in the meantime, while they get it sorted out, they do have license for some Toho figures that are not Godzilla, which is interesting. Classic line. And
Give me the gargantuans!
That'd be nice. And he also did say that they would love to make a Mecha Godzilla figure at some point.
They haven't done a Mecha Godzilla? They didn't do a Kiru?
No, they did not. NECA has not done a Kiru, I believe.
Wow.
I haven't seen one.
That's shocking because that Mecha Godzilla figure I would see like, yeah, you know what? Now I think about it. Oh, it's at the SH Monster Arts label. Never mind.
SH Monster Arts did, but they did say they have stuff like that that they could do. Which honestly, that's okay. But as far as Godzilla versus Kong goes, that after that, the future seems cloudy or uncertain.
Maybe they did like lose the license or the contract expired, you know?
Well, I don't know how well the King of the Monsters stuff they did sold well. But also in another grand scheme of things, I don't know how well NECA's doing financially anyways. You got to understand all their other figures they also do. That's a lot of money, and I don't know how those figures sell. I don't know how any of those figures sell. And I'm not, look, I don't want to see, as much as I don't like NECA, I don't want to just be like, oh, their business is going to be gone, ha, ha, ha. But the way business is, I don't know how, what their life is. I hope as a toy company in themselves, just a toy company alone, they're fine. But as far as the Godzilla stuff or whatever, I don't know how they don't. And here's the thing: it's like you can't really argue that either because it's not like NECA. NECA doesn't make like a surplus of 1,000 figures and then these are just stocked on shelves. They only make a limited amount of them. That's how they try to maintain stability. And as cool as that is, that can hurt you. You don't have enough of this item, but then again, when there's a demand of it, you don't have necessarily the funds to make more. So it's a thing where it's kind of wishy-washy anyways. Now, I'm not saying like NECA's going under, but I don't know what the life for NECA is anyways. So who knows what the possibility is. Do I think NECA's going under? No, I don't. I think they're fine. They make figures all the time and they have been for several years. And I think right now toy collecting is at its peak, so I don't think they're in any hurt for that. But as far as the Godzilla stuff, I guess we'll just have to play it out. It's going to suck because usually around this time we have all these toy fairs and announcements and stuff, and no one can really promote their stuff due to the coronavirus. So it's like everything's put on hold. So, and then Comic-Con comes around and NECA usually does a big toy batch reveal, around Comic-Con, and they're not going to be able to do that this year at the event. So it's interesting to see like what they're going to do. Now, they did say they have, oh, sorry, I got hiccups. They did say they have some figures coming out that are Godzilla that are not the 89 or the 2003. He didn't say that specifically, but I'm just assuming that's what he meant. But he said those will be revealed soon. So I guess we'll just have to look. But as far as Godzilla versus Kong, it sounds like they're not touching the figures.
I agree with you on a lot of those points. I will say, as far as the Godzilla stuff, it definitely seems like NECA is done. But NECA is not done as a company. They have a lot. Their horror lines, the Ninja Turtle line is fantastic. Yeah. Over the last Toy Fair or something, I would catch one YouTuber, Pixel Dan, and he like loves NECA. They took him through the entire thing, and I was like, wow, they've got so much there. So as far as business goes, they're still good. As far as the Godzilla stuff goes, I get it, and like you said, limited amounts. It makes sense. Not everybody is a Godzilla fan. We are a very small minority in a gigantic geek world, right? So yeah, they're not gonna do thousands upon thousands of figures. They're gonna do a modest amount, and if it sells, it sells. And again, if their product is on point, which my brother Chase doesn't believe so most of the times, then they should sell, right? And again, like somebody like me, if you're just looking to get a cool looking Godzilla figure, you buy it, and they're moderately priced. I can't be like a $30 NECA figure is not bad in my opinion. If you can actually see the figure inside the box, which I love. So yeah, that's as far as Godzilla is concerned. I don't think they have any of the legendary stuff. If it's true and they still do have like, if they have a contract with Toho to make other characters, I mean, just think of this. It's like nobody's done this yet. They have an inside track then for hardcore collectors to get stuff that has never been done outside of Bandai and outside of stiff Bandai vinyl. You give me a NECA somewhat articulated Gargantua, I'm buying it. You give me a NECA somewhat articulate Baragon, I'm buying it. You give me a NECA somewhat articulated Varon, I'm buying it. I don't care what the price is. Charge me $100, I'll give you $100. Because those are figures that I want. I want a Varon. Like, I would love to have a Varon figure. I don't have Varon. I don't have a vinyl. I would love to have a Varon figure. It's one of my favorite monster designs. It's a cool design. I just like it. A weird-ass amphibious monster. I'm going crazy here. But give me something like that. You know what I mean? Gargantuas? Are you kidding me? All day, every day. Give me a Gyra and a Sander. Give it to me. I'll pay $100 each for that. I haven't seen them done outside of Bandai. And I could be wrong. There might be other Japanese companies that have done it. But as far as the mass market and what we get to see here in the stores here, like in a Walmart or a Target or in a GameStop, it's only Godzilla. It's only ever Godzilla. So I would, dude, if they had something like that, like some kind of an arrangement with Toho to bring some of those lesser known characters, well, I wouldn't say lesser known, but not as popular outside of the community, dude, bring it on. Because again, and you could do limited time things, a limited amount of things. Dude, like a NECA Select series. I'm so down for something like that.
If they made like a Shawa Mecha Godzilla, I would be interested in that.
Dude, Anguirus, come on. Like, how the fuck do we not have Anguirus?
Or even a Shawa Gigan. We never see like Shawa Gigan anymore. It's always Final Wars. Even the Playmates, it's Final Wars. I don't mind Final Wars Gigan. I think he's cool. But Shawa Gigan is like, it needs more love, man.
That, a Megalon, come on. There's so many.
We need our space chicken.
Seriously, I would be so down if NECA did have something like that up their sleeve. Like, look, we're done with Godzilla, but we're not done with Toho. Check this out. What? Or like, dude, could you imagine?
And I bet you though, even like Toho would be like, no, do Godzilla.
Yeah, and I can see that.
Yeah, Toho. You know, it's funny because like I was like reading some of the rights for like Godzilla stuff, and they're really on the fence of like, if you have the license for Godzilla and we're letting you share with us, you got to promote Godzilla like it's you're the cheerleader.
Yep.
And so,
how does that work for that Toho worldwide global initiative we talked about 7-8 months ago? How does that work?
And then that's what's interesting, too, is because I want to know what Toho's going to be doing, because they were supposed to be having that big old convention actually this month. And Warner Brothers and Legendary were going to be there, and they were going to be doing their tag team convention. Actually, I think that got moved to August. I think they decided to push that to August. They didn't cancel it. But we'll see. But anyways, they were supposed to be this month, and I believe it got moved to August. But anyways, I bet you if that convention still happened, we probably would have gotten a GVK trailer.
Oh, absolutely. And one last thing on the NECA tip before we jump into that, because I do really want to get into some of the rumors that are flowing around that Brother Chase has for us. One last, this is what I would do. And again, none of my ideas happened. Damn GVK trailer that should have dropped and gave us GVK next week. If NECA had, let's say, they are still doing Godzilla, I would do it like this. I would try to capitalize on the Criterion set, go back and do all of the figures. I would do a Godzilla for each movie, except for the ones that are like the same suit in like 2 or 3 movies. Keep that the same.
No
what I would do there is diorama sets. I would have Godzilla and Gigan and Megalon in a 3-pack because it's the same Godzilla suit for both those movies. That's what I would do there. I would have Godzilla and Mechagodzilla and Titanosaurus in a 3-pack. I would do things like that. That's what they do with their Ninja Turtle stuff. They do like 3-packs, and it works. People buy it. I would do something like that. Oh my God. Godzilla, King Caesar, Titanosaurus, and Mechagodzilla in a 4-pack extravaganza. Oh my God.
I love that. Dude, that would be like the old school, like, remember when Bandai was doing the 50th anniversary destruction set, and there was like the little, like, 2-inch Godzilla figures that was in a box set?
Oh, yes.
That would remind me of that.
I have a bunch of them on the desk right now.
That. I used to have that whole set. Man, I wish I still had that. Man, oh man.
I have them on the desk right now. That, Trendmasters. Remember what Trendmasters was doing?
Yeah, Trendmasters.
Just
like 2 sets or something?
Yeah, so I mean, something like that. If NECA was to do something like that, just, okay, look, let's do a different thing with the Godzilla line. If, and this is all what if, I would totally go that route. Collector sets instead of, single monster sets. I would put, and yeah, it might be costly. It might cost you $100, $150. But if I could get 3 monsters for $150 and they look good, and it's like for a movie piece, yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. If not that, and they again have some kind of licensing with Toho to do other Toho monsters, then that's really what I want. Like, you can put Godzilla to the side right now. You give me my goddamn Gargantuous. Give me the goddamn Gargantuous, and you got one happy G1. But all right, that's it. We're closing the children's book on that shit.
All right.
Get into that rumor mill, Chase. What the fuck is going on with these rumors concerning the big guy?
We got some good ones. We got some Godzilla spam ads coming in our way. First one on the list. I want to talk about this one. Apparently, what's going around is that Michael Daugherty knows the plan for the Monsterverse, and that he specifically has said that there is a movie planned after Godzilla vs. Kong, and that he knows it. Now, here's the thing. We do know Legendary has been very vocal. They want the Monsterverse to continue after Godzilla vs. Kong. They said that. I think that's an easy one to pinpoint. But the fact that there's a rumor going around that Michael Daugherty knows all? I mean, I don't know about that one.
Okay, so this is a rumor, right? I would say this rumor might be true. And the reason why I say that is because I think, regardless on how anybody feels about the movie, I think Michael Daugherty has a good working relationship with Warner Brothers Legendary and the Monsterverse. I think they use him for some guidance at times. I think they did that, if I'm not mistaken.
They did have him come back to rewrite part of Godzilla vs. Kong.
So yeah, I would think that definitely him. He's in the know. More so than, who's
Adam Wingard.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to think. Who's still around in the Godzilla, in the Monsterverse? Any of the actors. Like, I would say maybe
Millie Bobby Brown, Kyle Chandler.
She doesn't need to know anything. Just give her the script and let her rock on. But yeah, like, he would definitely be in the know. because they can count on him. Again, he knows his Godzilla. It's not like he didn't. He put together some awesome sequences.
And the thing is that's going off topic, but you're right. He knows his Godzilla, and the thing is it's not like he made a bad Godzilla movie. He made a good Godzilla film. The characters were true. The monsters were true.
Yes.
I mean, other than Rodan's roar.
You don't bring it up. Matter of fact, NECA.
I know that wound stings, but we have to.
NECA, give me a 56 Rodan with a button that you can press with the real roar, please.
But no, you're absolutely right. He knows his Godzilla.
Yeah, and I think if anything, this rumor I would say yes to. I believe this. And as far as a movie after Godzilla vs. Kong, whoa, we gotta wait and see not just on how Godzilla vs. Kong performs, but how the box office in general performs after coronavirus goes away. Because right now, and I guess this is the part in the podcast where we talk about the box office. We've been doing this since coronavirus started shutting the movie theaters down. They're talking about now, they wanted Tenet to come out as the first big summer blockbuster, and they knew it was going to be really difficult. They're not going to get the butts in the seats day one. They want to play a long game, more word of mouth, more let this movie have legs and, make its money, make a lot of money in a 3-month span instead of making, buku bucks opening weekend and maybe the second weekend and then start tapering off. But now there's reports that Warner Brothers is reconfiguring their ideas on how to proceed with dropping these movies because, again, we don't know what's going on. A lot of places are opening up in the country now. Okay, there are states that are slowly but surely opening up. Some states are already open. I know here in Nevada, they're putting together a phase 1 plan. Like certain restaurants are opening up. I do not know why nail salons are opening up, but they are. But movie theaters are not opening up. The casinos aren't opening up still. Bars aren't opening up. But the movie theaters, if they're not opening up, when will they? So this all comes into play. This all comes into play to the next movie after Godzilla vs. Kong. Because if we're still stuck in a rut, then Godzilla vs. Kong is either getting pushed back or should just come out on home video. It's either getting pushed back, and that's going to cause a ton of monetary problems because people are going to lose interest. So
it's bringing that subject up is that just an example to give. Me living in California, Gavin Newsom, the governor, said he's going to open up in stages as well. That's like basically everyone. But he said it's going to be in I think around stage 4 is when movie theaters and stuff like that are considered. And that's basically monthly, maybe. Every month they do a new stage. But the thing is, it's we don't even know what it's going to be like. Stage 2 just now launched today, as of today, Friday, right now. And already some stuff where I'm at, I mean, I don't need to go into it. It's been not great. So I think that's just going to also put a hold on all this movie stuff. So I don't know, man.
There's one thing that can save this whole thing. I'm telling you right now. Drive-in theaters.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Captain Planet.
No, VOD, goddammit. I'm telling you, just drop the movies.
VOD was not successful.
It will be. I'm telling you. You just wait. But I'm just saying, so that's the only problem I see with that in that particular rumor. Now, that's not to say they don't have an idea. But as far as having anything set in stone, as far as, we're doing this, I doubt that very highly, only because of the current global situation. Because we cannot right now actually gauge, especially because there's so many movies coming out in November.
Now here's also the thing, too. A couple months ago, and we were talking about this, I believe we talked about this, there was basically something Toho said that even if Godzilla versus Kong doesn't meet their expectations, they still want Hollywood's Godzilla to continue.
Okay, but that was also before the global pandemic.
That was like in December.
Okay, that was before this thing was blown out of proportion. They can't, like, nobody knows what's going to happen. You know what I mean?
Oh, of course.
We could all want,
but still, that still being aside, I don't know. I don't know if that would necessarily change Toho's idea of what they want to do. If they want Hollywood Godzillas to continue in some way, I mean, that's up to Toho anyways. You know, for all we know, they could be like, all right, well, Legendary's done. Now we're going to give this to a new company.
Now, that's crazy. But here's the deal with that. Does a studio, because let's make no mistakes about it, the Godzilla Toho movie, Godzilla movies from Toho, as much as we love them, you can tell they're done on a cheap. They have their own lot. They do a lot of that stuff in their back lot. They do the soundstage. It's done. It's done on the fly. There was a Godzilla movie coming out every single year in the 90s. It's. I'm not saying it's not expensive, but it's not as expensive as a Hollywood, not even a blockbuster. You know what I mean? There's so much more that gets put into the Hollywood machine. So Toho can want everything. We want it. I know for fucking fact that I would love this shit to continue, but reality is going to step in the way. And right now, reality is being a son of a bitch. So
yeah,
I would take that with, as of right now, I know they said it. I know that's what they want, but that is something I do not see happening anytime soon.
And here's the other thing too. Legendary and Toho becoming basically partners with all of this, with distribution and stuff like that. Warner Brothers, I believe, as well.
Yeah, I think because Toho has the distribution rights for Japan, right?
Right, but when Toho made that announcement that they're joining Legendary to help distribute Godzilla, that was a contract they signed together, and the thing is I wonder. Let's put an example. I wonder if one of the things in the contract was Legendary was like, okay, we'll help you distribute Godzilla stuff around the world, Toho, but we want to make 7 more Godzilla movies. Now, I'm not saying that's exactly what happened, but I bet you something like that was in their contract.
Not make 7 more movies. Well, I would see more to we want the license for 7 more years. Because the longer...
that could be it. Yeah, I guess we'll just have to see.
Yeah.
But the thing is what I was gonna say is that I don't know how quick Toho would be to just drop Legendary like that, because their partnership just became a handshake like last year. So it's like if Godzilla versus Kong doesn't do well and Toho is like thinking about like dropping Legendary and like, sorry, we can't do this with you anymore, right after they just finalize this, that's going to look really bad.
Yeah, no, I don't think anything like that's
going to work.
I don't think anything like that's going to happen. Look, Toho wants to make more Godzilla movies worldwide, like from Hollywood.
Right.
That makes sense.
And that reminds me, that's also one of the things in that they did announce is that when they do make movies again, Toho, Hollywood is going to help them.
That's interesting. That's something I can't wait to see. But as far as right now, that is something that has to be seen.
Right. And the thing is like I said, there's supposed to be a big convention with Toho and Legendary going together as brother and sister, or brother and brother, if you will, or husband and wife. I don't know, however you want to put it. They were going as a couple, powerhouse couple, and now it's not happening, and I believe it got pushed to August. So,
well, all of that. Is there any other rumor that we could either give props to or shoot down?
Yeah, there's another rumor going around. There's a rumor going around that Godzilla vs. Kong trailer is going to be with Scoob when it comes out in a couple of weeks on POD.
Shoot it down. Shoot it down. That is a bad rumor. That is terrible. You made that up just now, didn't you?
The thing is that that rumor's actually going around more than the other rumors.
Oh my God!
Because look, there are, and this is where I get irritated, because you have these people that are just trying to make rumors and say these things, and they talk about them on the internet like they're legitimate, and they hear it from some 13-year-old boy or whatever, and he's like, I heard the Godzilla vs. Kong trailer's coming out April 30th. I know it's true, and if it's not, I'll delete my channel. And look, it's not true, but you still didn't delete your channel. You're an asshole. There's, that's going around right now. Like, the trailer's coming out with Scoob, and it's like, how do you figure with a VOD? Like, I didn't even know VOD does movie trailers when you do. I thought you just buy the movie and you watch it, or rent it and you watch it. I didn't know there's even advertisement. So it's like, how is that even legitimate?
Because it's not. And one, let's be for real here. If there was anything Godzilla vs. Kong coming out with Scoob, it would be the book. That children's book that we talked about at the beginning.
Right.
You're not going to show a trailer of that caliber in a children's movie.
Absolutely
That's ridiculous.
Not.
Children's movies show children movie trailers. That's how it works. I went to see The Incredibles 2. It was a Disney film. They didn't show anything from Marvel. You got all the people in here, all the kids in there, you know what I'm saying, that probably like the Marvel movies, with their parents, who more than likely like their Marvel movies. They didn't show nothing like that. They show kids' films. They showed the next DreamWorks movie, whatever, Minions. They showed How to Train Your Dragon. They showed a movie about a dog. Like, they didn't show... You kidding me? They didn't show Avengers Endgame. It's stupid. That's the dumbest thing in the world. And yes, people buying into that rumor, I'm sorry. Y'all slow. You got to pick it up a bit, bro, because that's just ridiculous. You got to look at the content, A, that's coming with the content, B. None of it makes sense. And again, it's coming VOD. It's not going to be in a theater. Now, don't get me wrong. I have been in a theater at times, and this is not all the time. This is very rare, once in a blue moon, where you go to watch a movie, say science fiction film, like a hard science fiction film, and they would be like this weird ass, like, what the hell type of movie is this doing here? Like, it doesn't make no sense. Or you go see a horror movie, and they play, like, a drama. Or not a drama, something silly. But those are on off-chance occasions, and those are really more towards, like, live-action films. You're not getting that with this. If this was, like, Scooby-Doo live-action movie, then maybe. But this animated cartoon that's coming straight to VOD for own, like, you can buy it. It's just not going to happen. You have a better chance of seeing the trailer with HBO Max, okay? With the premiere of HBO Max than you do with the premiere of Scoop. Let's just be for real here. So yeah, shoot that one down. Boo. Boo.
And that's the thing. It's like, so when I'm on Instagram, I block all of those pages that post stuff like that because I don't want to see it on my feed. And it's just annoying how many people are buying into it. And what's really annoying is that there's a Godzilla page that I will not mention on Instagram that's also buying into these dumb rumors. And they're supposed to be a page that's trying to promote news, like legitimate news. And they're trying to make all these rumors up and go along with it and, like, feed into it just because they want exposure.
Yeah,
and I don't like that at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got this covered. Started that rumor. That's where this rumor came from. WeGotThisCovered.com. Listen, all right, yeah. I don't like that stuff either, but do what I do. I don't even go on them. I don't even, like, have them. I don't follow any of that stuff. I go by what Google and, like, the actual movie studio sites say. That's what I do. That's what I go by. I don't go by no fan page. I mean, and granted, I run one. I don't even post that shit up unless I see it that's, a credible source, Deadline, Hollywood Reporter, something that's credible in the industry. That's the only way you go about doing these things. Because the fandom is just going to be the fandom. They're going to make things up because that's what they want. Hell, I did it for a whole fucking month with GVK being on VOD, right? So it is what it is. The difference is I did it here at the podcast. I wasn't on any of my social media throwing that up. Nah.
See, I wish my life was easier, easy just like yours, Ray, where I can just ignore and not have to look on the web for all of this Godzilla stuff. But I do. I have to have a service because I'm one of the people that want to debunk all the bullshit when it smells bad.
Well, that's what we're here for. That's why we do this podcast, and that's why I hired you, bro. That's your job description, so you better be doing it, damn it.
I gotta read all the rumors and everything and just laugh at it, but it gives me an ulcer, and I don't think I'll live past 30. I'm going to be 25 in October, Ray.
Oh, my God. Well, listen, my brother, I think that'll about wrap it up for this episode. It was a good one. I had fun. So yes to the rumor of Michael Daugherty knowing Legendary's next steps. No to Godzilla vs. Kong trailer coming with Scoob. That's stupid. But that'll do it, ladies and gentlemen, for this episode of Godzilla Block Party. I hope you're all doing well during this lockdown period. If your town, if your county, your state is going through the slow openings, congratulations. Still be careful. Try to practice all the safety measures they put into place because honestly, people, we don't need to be sick. None of us want to get sick. None of us want this thing. And we all want each other to be safe. At least that's how I feel. Just try to be as safe as possible. Wear your mask if you got to go outside. And if not, just stay home and watch some Godzilla, bro. But that'll do it for this. Brother Chase, thank you for being on.
Oh, absolutely.
And again, thank you all out there for listening. I am G1, and we are out of here. Peace.